After age 60, ignoring the rules. You know, should we throw the rule book away after we turn the age of 60? You know, sometimes I think we should, but not all the rules, just some of them. What applied to us when we were 20 may not apply to us today. Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne, and I hope you love my page, and I hope you subscribe here to my channel. Well, I got to thinking about when we turn 60. You know, for a lot of people, 60 may not sound like a big number. But, you know, for me, I think 60 was a bigger number than 50 or 40 or 30. And I will be 62 here shortly. So I'm traveling well into my 60s, and so I think I know a little bit of how it feels to be in the 60s. And, you know, as we get older, life changes, and every season is different. Our bodies become different. What we desire in life often becomes different. Our relationships take on a different kind of meaning. And so why would the rules not change according to how we change? And if we are still using the same rules and yet we are doing things differently, or things are different over the age of 60, then we may need a new set of rules that apply to who we are today. I always say there are different problems in every season of life, and there are different blessings. But often people forget the blessings at each season and at each stage of life that perhaps were never there before. We have different blessings at every age. We just have to identify them. You know, the other day, my son and I, we went out to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I love their salad bar. I don't eat all the other stuff, although it's very tempting. And so when we were in the cash register line, I said to the lady, I said, I am a senior citizen. May I have the senior citizen discount? And she looked at me and she laughed. She said, you're not a senior citizen. You have to be over 60. And I said, I'll be 62. Well, she laughed, and I showed her my ID so, you know, I could prove myself. And she smiled and she said, well, you look great for over 60. And, you know, it's because I take care of myself. I eat healthy. I do all the right things. And I hope I promote that in this channel, that my lifestyle is not necessarily right for everyone else, but it sure has been right for me. And so, you know, one of the perks of getting older is that you get the senior citizen discount. And it was actually about 20%. And I got a free drink included. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And so we have to look for the blessings of each season of our lives. And I believe that, you know, like I said, when we're younger, we, you know, are pursuing a career. We may not be pursuing that. We may be pursuing retirement. We may be pursuing a different financial strategy. So the rules that we apply to our lives when we were younger may not be the same exact rules that we apply to our lives today. Because, well, our lives have changed. You know, a lot of times people bought a big house when they were younger. They had small children. They had maybe an elderly mother and father who were living with them. And now they don't have the elderly mother and father, and their children are all grown up and moved out, and they have this big house. So the rules may not apply, so to speak. And maybe they may want to downsize and get a smaller place. Now, I'm not a big downsize type of person. I'm more of a big upsize type of person. And yet I can understand that, why someone would no longer want a big house and they would want to downsize their home and maybe move into a condo or a townhouse or a smaller house or a motorhome. You know, I mean, I love the idea of making my retirement home a motorhome and see the world. And so what applied to me earlier on in life may no longer apply to me today. It just depends. Some things do. Taking care of my health at 20, I take care of my health at 62. So that rule applies. That rule sticks. I won't ignore that rule. But there are other rules, such as, having a great big house. Maybe someday I will downsize and get me that motorhome I dream of and drive it around the country and visit all my friends. How about that? Maybe I'll pull up in your driveway. No, I'm just kidding. And so remember, life changes, and sometimes the rules have to change too, so to speak. Sometimes the way we do things has to change, and sometimes not. But it's good to look at our lives at every stage and every season of our lives. I hope you subscribe to my page. From my house to yours, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.